Crafting Journey here, that journey chick on Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you want to see my updates on projects. How is everybody today? It's very cloudy and rainy here today. So I was looking at my pink temperature, the loom temperature blanket. It's going to be that same color for a while because I did it in increments of 20. So the 20 to 40 range is just where it is sitting for the next week or two. So there's going to be a lot of that color. I thought we would get into the lowest temperatures later this week, but that's just not happening. There is a snowstorm, but it's not coming here. I think I picked a really good state to live in because, we get snow once in a while, but not all the time. Like, Michigan or one of those other states where it's always snowing. And if I'm wrong about Michigan, please tell me, Jen, but my impression of Michigan is that it's always snowing there. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Or Canada, where it snows a lot. So, yesterday was crazy. I don't usually talk about politics on my channel, but I just need to say, yesterday was crazy here in the United States. Wow, and the aftermath, 4 people dead. So next year on this day in history, I don't know if I'll be talking about it or not, but the one woman was an Air Force, young woman, Air Force veteran, but she was part of this crowd that was storming an interior door, and a shot was fired. I don't know who fired the shot. She got hit in the chest and she died. The 3 other people that died were like medical emergencies. So they didn't really say what the emergencies were, but oh, holy cow, what a crazy, crazy day. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. So I had my live last night and I had so much fun with you guys. We didn't know if Marissa was going to go live after me. She was a little late, but she was there. If you happen to miss it, #replay her. Because I love her. She's such a sweetheart. But she's so well organized. She really is. And very thrifty. I love her because she's so thrifty. So I couldn't sleep after all of this stuff. I went in, I watched Tia's show, not the whole thing. She had so many people on her show last night. She had Christy and Nana and Jen and Crashly, and I know I'm missing somebody. Crystal. Did I say Crystal? Crystal, Jen, Nana, Crashly. Who am I missing? There was one more. Oh no, whoever it was is going to strangle me. So sorry, but it was a lot of fun. So after that, I watched like a couple episodes of that Virgin River. It's getting better. It's picking up. The drama's getting better. It was a very slow start to that show, but now I'm kind of liking it. I need to be diamond painting, right? Right, you do, Rebecca. You do. Jen sent me a diamond sticker, so I put it on my case. And she sent me a tiny one too, so I put it on the other case. Do you see it? It's right there. So I couldn't sleep, so I came back out to the living room. And because I had already done my loom row, and I'd already done my crochet row, and I had already done 2 rows on the hooded scarf. So I'm like, oh, let me, I can't sleep. Let me get up and go in the living room. And so I was, watching kind of the aftermath of the day's drama. Do I need this large? I don't think I do. I think I'm going to use the 4-placer. Where's my 4-placer? What did I do with it? Here it is. I found it. Here it is. Okay. So I sat, and Tootsie came out of the bedroom. She sat on the couch. She's like, oh, okay, Mom. Well, she actually sat and played with one of her toys, which was so cute. She has this huge toy box. Now, this is Tootsie, not Jake. Tootsie's the big dog. She's 3 years old. She has this ginormous toy box. And she will go through that box and pick out what she knows, like what she's looking for. She'll pick it out. And next thing I know, there's toys scattered all over the floor. So I'm always picking them up and putting them away so I don't trip on them. So she's playing with her toy. I decided to work on my Hat Not Hate loom. So this is a youth loom. It's a 1/2 inch, 56 pegs. And one of the requirements for the Hat Not Hate Lion Brand campaign, it's an anti-bullying campaign, is that the hats be 18 to 20 inches in diameter, and that for kids. Because what they do is they take the hats that are donated and they give them out in schools. And this is to bring awareness for bullying for children, teenagers, adults as well. Because adults get bullied. I've been bullied, even as recently as a few months ago. So that's why this campaign means so much to me. Anyway, I even ordered the little Hat Not Hate stickers to put on them. I ordered 10 of them. They're 50 cents each. You can get them on the Lion Brand website. But because my goal is to make one a month. So I may not get to 10, and I'm going to make one for myself to wear during the month of October. But all the donations need to be to Lion Brand by August 1st of 2021. So put that in your planners, guys. And if you want to send them to me, and I'll just send them all at once, or you can look up, there may be a donation center near you. If not, I'm happy to collect them and send them off to Lion Brand. So I worked on this last night. This is obviously going to be the brim. I'm almost done, like a couple more rows, and then I will fold it over to make the brim. But I'm just doing all blue on this one. It has to be at least 75% blue. So those are the requirements for that. So I worked on that until I got tired of listening to the TV and and all that nonsense. And I just kind of wanted to get some different perspectives. That I listened to Nancy Pelosi reopen the counting of the votes, and she's a decent speaker. She had this pin on, a flag pin, that I thought was really beautiful. What did it say? She said what it said. I forget. That's how my mind. But I thought the flag was really pretty. Anyhow. So yeah, I was, loom knitting and watching that. So then I decided I'm going to brush my teeth. We're all going to go get in the bed, and we're going right to sleep. No television, no Animal Crossing. We're just going to sleep. And this was about midnight, so I was very proud of myself. I went in and went right to sleep. Just like that. Yay. Yay. Because for sure, if I'd picked up the Animal Crossing or turned the TV on, I would have been up for 2 more hours. So I said, no, this is crazy. You have to get through the work day without having to take a nap. Because I have a lot to do at work, believe it or not. And working from home is hard. And yesterday, we were all interrupted midday with this nonsense. So it was one of those days that just, where you sit in front of the TV because you just can't believe what you're seeing. Similar to the day I had with 9/11. I mean, it wasn't a 9/11, God no. But it's just one of those things like, is this really real? But Yeah, it was real. So productivity yesterday was not good at work because I was watching that nonsense. Anyway, today I'm working. No nonsense. Did I talk to Mickey yesterday? I think I did for a little while. Now, I noticed when she did her whip and chat that she said we chose the farm painting. I remember there was a debate as to which one actually won, the farm painting or Hawaiian life. But she's doing the farm painting. I think she thinks that the farm painting was the winner. I thought Hawaiian life was the winner, but whatever. So she's doing the farm painting. The farm painting is gorgeous, but it's huge. And but she's good at that. She really is. So today is National Bobblehead Day, which I think is really hilarious. And I knew that, like a lot of people collect the sports ones, I knew there were sports bobbleheads, but there are bobbleheads for absolutely everything. Um, there is the Golden Girls bobbleheads, which is so funny. They have all four Golden Girls. Um, let's see. Oh, Anthony Fauci, Bobblehead. That's the doctor who kind of led the COVID. I mean, we all looked to him last year for what to do and what was the latest information, and he was always a good one to go to for that. Here's a picture of the gentleman that run this museum. And I forget where the museum is. Let's see, where is the museum? So each year on January 7th, we celebrate National Bobblehead Day. Um, these things have been around for 100 years. Who knew? I did not know that. Entertaining and fascinating fans and collectors, all shapes and sizes. They commemorate iconic teams, movies, cartoon characters. You can even get a custom bobblehead. Like Crashly could order a, what is that she likes to dress up as? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of it. Harlequin. She could get herself a Harlequin, custom Harlequin bobblehead with her picture on it. It's very cute. Um, they're known as bobbers or knotters. They were developed in Germany. They took root in the U.S. Pop culture in the 1950s and 60s. I did not know this. They became really, like, there was a resurgence in the late 90s. That's when I became aware of what a bobblehead was. Like, you can order these actual, like, shelves to put your bobbleheads on, which is really funny. Okay, it's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this museum, and they have thousands of bobbleheads. So some other bobbleheads that I thought were really cute. We don't want to leave out Maleficent. There's a Maleficent bobblehead. Here is a Ruth Bader Ginsburg bobblehead. Then we have Bob Ross. These are just a few that I picked out that I thought were super, super cute. And because it's the year of Alice and not to be left out, here are four of the Alice characters: the rabbit, the Mad Hatter, Alice herself, and the Cheshire Cat. Bobbleheads. I need those in my life. I mean, who knew? So you can just pick your poison, just look it up on the internet, and there will be a bobblehead to match, I'm sure. So a really cute national day to celebrate. Yeah, I don't know how I would celebrate it, but maybe by going to get the Alice bobblehead. I have no bobbleheads in my house. Do you have a bobblehead in your house? If you do, put in the comments, what bobblehead do you own? I venture that there are some collectors that watch this channel because we like to collect stuff. That's what we do. We're crafters. We collect paintings. We collect coloring books? Who collects bobbleheads? And which ones do you have? And how do I get that, Alice? Oh my God, that's so funny. So this day in history, the Carlem Globetrotters in 1927, January 7th, 1927, play their first game. So at this point in time in basketball, there were no black players. Blacks were not allowed to play on the basketball teams, which is crazy. So this gentleman, he decided he's going to form this team and name them after the, Harlem in New York City, because it's predominantly black. It's a black community. So they were called the Harlem Globetrotters. Now he actually was a son of a tailor. He actually made their red, white, and blue uniforms, and he would book games for them, and they were playing legitimate games for years and years and years. So when meanwhile the NBA is formed, and they drop this ridiculousness of no black players. So black players are now allowed into the NBA. When this happened, most of the Globetrotters left to go play in the NBA. So this gentleman that founded the Globetrotters was hurting for players, but he found some, and this is the time when they picked up the antics. And they started all the fun stuff that they do. And they were touring worldwide at this point with all their funny little antics. And they would travel with this other team. I think it was the Washington Generals or something. There was another team they would travel with that they would always play against, so that they could do their antics. Now, when they first started doing all their little comedic stuff, it would be during a real game they had been booked into a real game, and they were told, you don't do any of this unless you have a lead in the game. If you're leading, then you can do it. But now now it's choreographed. The whole thing is choreographed. But there is now a female Globetrotter, and her name is, okay, Olympic gold medalist Lynette Woodard became the first female Globetrotter. How fun is that? So now they have a female. So over the years, the Harlem Globetrotters have played in more than 115 countries in front of 120 million fans. Yeah. And they have been inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, but they also have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for their entertainment value. So I thought that was like a pretty cool tip. So that is this day in history. Harlem Globetrotters are founded. So that's this day in history. I didn't finish, what I should have done is probably come out to the craft room last night and finish this section, but I was so into the crochet last night, going through that book and picking out which hats I want to make. I wanted to start another hat. I'm like, no, you've got to finish. I want to work on this sweater today. I want to get that done. I'm so close to finishing it. I just need to bang it out, get it done. And then, that hooded scarf, I want to get that done. That's not really close to being done, but it's getting there. I'm like on row 9 of 14 of the actual scarf. I think I finished row 9. So I have 5 more rows of the scarf, and then I start the hood part of it. And it looks like I am going to have plenty of yarn for that project. I thought maybe I might need to order another skein, but I'm good. I really am good. Oh my gosh, we have 10 more minutes. I have not wasted enough time. I'm just kidding. So, have you guys ever been to a Harlem Globetrotters game? I was trying to think. I'm sure I would remember if I had actually gone to a game. Now, I want to say that maybe my ex-husband took Ryan to a game, but I can't remember. My son is a huge basketball fan, loves basketball, but I'll have to ask him if he ever went to see the Globetrotters. I I want to say I have not because I gotta believe I would remember it. I don't think my memory is that bad. But if you've been to a Globetrotter game, let me know because that would be kind of cool. You know, did you have fun? My son, growing up, he was a huge um, football fan, and but after it seemed like after he got out of high school, he got into the basketball, and now maybe that's just when I noticed it. No, it must have been before that as well, because I remember like we were traveling somewhere, and my son never read books, never read books. Um, I don't remember where we were traveling, but um, I think I had bought him this book about, it might have been an autobiography about the life of Shaquille O'Neal. He read that entire book on this trip. I was shocked. So he loves basketball. Uh, he really does. And he has, you know, he's a member of the YMCA and he coaches basketball all the time. But he really loved football as well. I remember he's a huge Miami Dolphin fan. And I'm sure he has Miami Dolphin bobbleheads. I'm positive he does. He has this ginormous Miami Dolphin collection. He came over here Christmas Eve in this amazing jacket, a Miami Dolphin jacket. I'm like, where did you get that? It was gorgeous. He's got so much Miami Dolphin stuff. You know, when I knitted him the scarf, I made sure it was Miami Dolphin colors. Um, so I remember when I was in law school, you could take this entertainment law course. Now, I wasn't taking the course, but they put up an announcement that Dan Marino, the famous quarterback, he's now retired, was coming to the school because, I went to Nova Southeastern University in South Florida. And, this is where Dan Marino lived, of course. So he was coming, they said he's coming to the entertainment law class to talk about entertainment law, or sports law. So, and he's coming with his agent, and anybody could come. And if you wanted to bring anybody, you could bring somebody. So I brought my son, and I think at the time he was, when I was in law school, maybe 12 or 13 years old. So I brought him, and we were like way up in the, in these law classes, you're like in a bleacher type situation. So we were way up high, but we could see, and we listened to Dan and we listened to his agent. So when it was all over, my son had brought a card that he wanted autographed. So he went down, I walked down with him, and he handed the card to Dan Marino and said, "Could you autograph my card?" And his agent took the card and handed it back to my son and said, "We're not here to do autographs." And Dan Marino took the card from my son and said, "I will give you an autograph." I don't think his agent liked that, but I don't care. How mean could you be? So he signed an autograph for my son, and I think it was a moment my son I'll never forget it. The kindness of that athlete. To do that. I mean, he was the only child there. I mean, and nobody else was asking for autographs. It was just this one child, my son. So I really thought that was very, very kind of him. In fact, the law school was right next to where the Miami Dolphins have their training camp on the site of the Nova Southeastern University. So if I was between classes, I would go. You could go over to the training camp and sit there in the bleachers and watch them. It didn't cost you anything. You could just sit there and watch them, and I would do that. I'm not really into football, but I like watching the guys. You never know. So I always thought that was fun. Any sports stories, guys? I am not a huge fan of sport. I enjoy going to watch a baseball game. I don't watch it on television, but I like to go to a baseball game. I just love watching it in person. I'll get myself a hot dog and a soda and some peanuts, because you have to have the peanuts, in the shell, and just I love to sit behind home plate. That's ideal. But, I don't really care as long as I'm not in the outfield or somewhere, but it's very entertaining, especially if you've got a couple of really good teams. To watch baseball. I remember one guy I took on a date, and I said, it was a neighbor or something, and I said, hey, you want to go to a baseball game? And this guy I think he was from Colombia. He didn't know nothing about baseball, but he wanted to go. So I took him to this baseball game, and he was like, so how many quarters are in, he had no idea, no concept of baseball, which I thought was really funny. In fact, his career he was like an entomologist. He studied bugs. He didn't know nothing about baseball. He knew about bugs. That was our last date. First and last, yeah. Because I thought, oh my God, this guy's really boring. So you guys, I hope you guys are getting your yarn in the mail for your temperature blankets. I don't think you're going to have a hard time catching up when you do get your yarn. I know personally, I have not had to change colors at all on the loom. And apparently right now it's just going to be a rose-colored blanket for the winter. But it's only 5 colors anyway, so it's okay. I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be a lot of different colors, and I like it that way. And that blanket is only going to be like 4.5 foot wide, so it's just going to be a blanket that I can put in my lap while I'm doing other things, watching TV or whatever. I like a lap blanket. And then the crochet blanket is in 10-degree increments, so I've used 2 colors so far. I think in the next week I will get back down to the cooler color, but not the coldest one. We haven't got into the coldest one. I thought we would, but we haven't. We were, I was kind of hoping for some more snow. I just love snow. I'm not going anywhere, so I don't have to worry about driving in it. I just sit here at home day after day. It's like Groundhog Day. I mean, I think that was one of the exciting things about yesterday. Hey, something different happened. I know it's not funny, but I mean, it's just the same routine every single day. So I'm trying to bring some joy to it. I'm trying to be happy about everything I do. And I said yesterday about, I was watching it on TV and I started to tear up because I thought I was so disappointed in the behavior of mature adults, including the president. I was so disappointed. So I started to cheer up and I said, no, this is not going to take away my joy. I have been happy lately and I don't want to not be happy. So I turned it off, came in, did my live, watched Marissa, watched Tia, and I went to bed happy. There's a school bus. Wow. There's hope. And for once on the news, we didn't have to hear about more COVID deaths and new strains and, that was the thing about the rioters yesterday. And I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, but nobody was wearing a mask. Nobody. Now, the media was wearing masks, the police were wearing masks, but this crowd, no masks. They don't believe in masks. It's a hoax. Wow. Wow. I'm watching it and I'm like, are they nuts? They're not wearing masks. They're not social distancing. Like, all of that went out the window. And I think some of the reporters even asked them, why are you not wearing a mask? And they're like, no, we don't need to wear masks. Yeah. Just crazy. Just crazy. So, we're going to have a better day today. Today is going to be a great day. It is Thursday. We're almost through the week, which I'm so happy about. I don't know why, because the weekend is the same as the week. I mean, I take Saturday off from social media, which I'm going to work on sledding into town because I want to get that done. It's so pretty. I'm looking at it and it is gorgeous. I need to finish that doggone thing. Then I'm getting into her dress. I think tonight I'm going to sit down and look at the ABs that I have and see which ones will work in the dress. Now, there's already blue in the dress, blue ABs. So I want to see if I have something for the white. I'm not going to do the black ABs because they have like a blue-green, the iridescent coating on them makes them look blue-green, and I want the black. I want it to look the way it was intended, which is black. Or I may even try for this green here, the green in her dress. I don't know. We shall see. But I'm going to look that up. Guys, I have yammered, whatever, jibber-jabbered, or whatever the title of that. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. But I've had a great morning with you. I hope to see you tomorrow on the morning show. Have a wonderful Thursday. Stay away from the television and go craft. Take care, everybody. Bye.